Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hope everyone's well, enjoying the summer. We've got a little breakaway from the dramas of Arsenal. So I just thought I'd do a very quick little show. This won't be a very long one. We saw again the other night, unfortunately, the violence that took place between Real Betis and Chelsea. And yeah, shame really. But I was very surprised at how the Polish police allowed two sections of fans to be drinking in bars practically next door to each other. It was always going to kick off, man. Always going to kick off. That was bad police. Now, I don't know whether they had any interaction there from the British police that normally travel with away fans. But yeah, it was a shame. We don't want to see it starting again. But, that's Chelsea, isn't it? They've been a bit notorious in recent years on other games in Paris, etc., for causing trouble. And, it's not a good thing. I didn't see any reports of trouble with Arsenal at PSG that was on television at all. So, but why did it start? Was it the 70s and 80s that it started? Well, actually, the first recorded football violence was by Woolwich Arsenal fans at the Manor Ground back in 1895. In fact, it's actually 26th of January, 1895. Basically, Arsenal were in Division 2, playing at Burton Wanderers. And the referee, his name was John Brodie. And basically, the Burton Wanderers team were being very physical, in the Woolwich Arsenal fans' opinion, over physical, which was causing issues, anger in the crowd. There was a crowd of around 7,000 Arsenal there at the old Manor Ground. And what happened was that it ended up in a 1-1 draw. At the end of the game, 2,000 or so Arsenal fans invaded the pitch, and the referee, John Brodie, got knocked out. He got punched by someone, cut his eye, cut his lip, and he was clearly knocked out. The police, obviously back then, there wasn't a lot of police around at games, and so that is one of the first ever recorded instances of football violence. Now, the consequences of that were that Arsenal were banned from playing at the Manor Ground for 2 games. So they then had to go and play Burton Swifts, whoever they were, at New Brompton, which is Gillingham. They then had to go and play the next game, Leicester Fosse, which obviously became Leicester City, at the Littleton Cricket Ground in Leighton. So was that truly the first recorded instance of football violence? I don't know. I think it may well be. So Arsenal could go down as the first club to cause football trouble. But predominantly, it all really started in the late 60s, into the 70s, 80s, and latterly into the 90s. And a lot of people, far more educated and far more knowledgeable than me, have said that it bounced off the fact that we had the mods and rockers in the early 60s, 62, 63, 64, just up to the World Cup in 66. And that after that, there was a lot of frustration in people, no work, lack of money, pure frustration, that the younger set of fans set about getting into trouble, violence, fighting at games, etc., etc. Now, it was in the late 60s that certain firms set themselves up. You know, you got the Red Army, Man United, pretty notorious for many, many years. And then you had one of the earliest ones was the Everton County Road Cutters. They were a pretty notorious lot, and they were reportedly the ones that basically started bringing in smart clothing into football as be noticed as a firm. Now I'll just go do some of the chats, man. Aces, big up to you, mate. Big up to you, my friend. Always here. Thank you, mate. Like Faith, big up to you as well, my friend. Hope you're well. Leonard evening to you, my friend, as well. And Alexandra FC in Europe, it is not the case that fans from different clubs sit together apart from the ultras. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't know, but it is the ultras and the firms that are the ones. Even Matt calls all the grief. You don't get it in the UK now. It's all segregated, to be honest. Mick Redmond says, great to see you still doing your shows. Just, do you remember Chesterfield's crew? The Chesterfield Bastard Squad? I never came across them, mate, to be honest. I've never, ever come across them. Love your intro music by The Herd, but what is the song called? It is actually called The Herdsman. It's called The Herdsman, man. You can find it on YouTube. There's actually a great video on YouTube yesterday that I found that was recorded not long ago. It was what do you call it? Like a load of Arsenal ex firm got together to celebrate the deaths of some of the long-standing firm members. Some of the people on there I actually recognised. It's on YouTube. And it's worth going to have a look at, because these guys now, my age, some older as well. They were older, older than me, and they were the clock end crews. As if you go watch it, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant to see these guys still very smartly dressed, very upright, proud of the club. A lot of them don't go to Arsenal anymore because of the shit shape that we are in, which is a sad thing. But hey, there we go. It's one of them things, man. Yeah, it's called The Herdsman. Herdsman EIE is the song, man. Toronto Gooner, big up, man. Big up to my guy, real one. Big up to you, my friend. Thanks for joining. And Andy Hart, yeah, the ICF were a naughty firm. There was the West Ham ICF is the one that's very well known. There's also another one which is lesser known, and that was the I'll try and find it. I did have it here a minute ago. Where are they gone? They were also no, can't find it. It's gone now. Yeah. Oh, Hereford United. That was it. Yeah, Hereford United had an intercity firm. Again, never see any of them. Wasn't, sort of never been to Hereford's ground. But yeah, just get back into it. Big up Dazza, man. Hope you're well as well. Yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm doing really nice over here. Lovely and sunny. So there we go. Anyway, so was it that started it at grounds? Was it the fact that people were out of work, lack of money, frustration? A lot of people say that's what it was, and that the firm started up because it was pure and utter frustration, nothing else to do. At the weekend, you go to the game, you have a few drinks. Bearing in mind, don't forget, in the late 60s, 70s, there was not so much drug taking like there is nowadays. I mean, there wasn't cocaine around or anything like that. People used to smoke weed, of course, and everything, but it was not like it is now. But Was that the reason? I honestly think it was. There was a lot of young men that couldn't get work, especially up north in the Midlands. Places were being shut down. It was slightly different down in London, where there was pretty much work available, but yeah, it wasn't good. So these firms that started sprouting up, you had, as I've mentioned, you had the Red Army, Man United, and then you had the County Road Cutters, Everton, and then all of a sudden, these other firms started turning up, and it was in the early 70's, I'd guess, um, that Arsenal suddenly started getting a firm together, basically to challenge the Red Army, Tottenham's Yid Army, or N17 as they were sometimes called. And it was all a bit crazy, really. The clock end at Highbury, before all the fences went up, and the North Bank and other parts of the ground could get pretty naughty. And so it was not always the greatest time to go to games, but yeah, all these firms started turning up. You had the Swansea Jacks, Cardiff Soul Crew, as somebody, yeah, Wyndham Earls has put in the chat. Yeah, the Cardiff Soul Crew. They were. I'd have had a meeting with them once at the FA Cup in Cardiff. We weren't playing them, but they turned up along with the Swansea Jacks. Basically, they wanted to have a go at the teams that were playing that cup final. Which Alexander FC said, my question for later in the stream is the lack of ultra culture in the UK a cause of the spiraling decline in standards? Well, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. I don't know if it is, to be honest, if I'm honest with you, because yeah, it was. I don't know about that one. It's a good point, man. It's a good point. I don't know what that means, but there you go. Big up, Mick. Big up to you, man. Did you enjoy going up north back in the day? Yeah, well, it was all right. I mean, you had to be careful what was going down. Adam says no drugs in the 60s. Come on, no, are you not listening to what I'm saying, buddy? Right, there was lots of drugs in the 60s, but not a lot of people back then could afford them. Yeah, there was LSD and all that shit, man. But people of working class often couldn't afford that stuff. You know what I mean? Open your ears, man. Open your ears. Big up Omar. Big up to you, man. Thanks for joining the channel. Big up to you. Welcome. CRB, big up Jezza. Missing on streams. Yeah, I will be streaming a bit while I'm over here, man. Yeah, I'm having a great time, man. Weather is today and yesterday's fantastic. Big up, Mama. Hope you're well. Wyndham Earl, yeah, the Cardiff Soul Crew, mate. Yeah, they were pretty notorious. Andy Hart said, "Would you say the Millwall Bushworkers were the naughtiest?" They were certainly one of the worst. One of the worst. I won't deny it. The ICF were a nightmare. The Red Army, they were a pain in the arse. The yeah, Matt Burns, yeah. It's lovely, Christopher, lovely, really nice. Going out for a lovely meal tomorrow. So I'm 64 tomorrow, so I'm going out for a lovely lunch tomorrow. Going to thoroughly enjoy that. Going to games in the 70s was scary, yeah, Mama. It was not. You had to be very careful. Yeah, the Pompey 657 crew. I was on a train actually coming home from a game. This is not so that long ago, actually. This is about 2015, and they'd been, Pompey had been to play, I think it might have been Orient, I can't remember. And I'm on the train on my own, and this lot came on, because the train I was getting goes down to Portsmouth. And you know that feeling when you're sat on your own, and you all of a sudden get all these people sitting there, and they're looking at you, right? You get all, there's like 3 blokes there, 2 blokes next to me, 3 over there, 3 this, and they're looking at you, and I'm like, right, yeah, And I'm just looking out the window, trying to mind my own business, you know, thinking, yeah, what's going to happen here then? And this right old lump sat there diagonally across me. He said, "Who, you know, what game you beat today then, mate?" I went, "Game?" Trying to be innocent. He went, "Yeah, who do you support?" And I went, "Nah, not anybody really, mate." Like trying to be a bit nonchalant about it like that, you know. "Yeah, red and white scarf, mate." I went, "Fuck." I always used to take my scarf off and tie it round my waist, yeah, under my coat. Unbeknownst to me, the bloody thing has slipped down. And this guy's gone, "Who do you support?" "Oh, I went Arsenal, mate," like that. And he went, "Right, yeah, ain't got a problem with you. You're okay." I thought, thank fuck for that. Because otherwise, man, I was going to get the shit kicked out of me on my own. That's for a fact. 1K, I probably asked you this before, but what year did you go to your first Arsenal game? 1968, mate. My first game. Leicester City at home. Yeah. Big up, man. You are not Arteta is a loser, so are you for backing him, cuck. Great name. Big up the Godfather, OG Jez. Bonsoir, monsieur, tu vas bien? Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Windmill, interesting topic, Jez. Yes, it's just a shame the other day it kicked off again. But that's Chelsea, isn't it? Windmill, any trouble with foreign teams coming over for Europe? Yeah, oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. Who was it? Red Star Belgrade. We were playing at Highbury in the UEFA Cup, and dear God, did that kick off outside Highbury? Woo-hoo. That was a lot of trouble there. A lot of trouble, man. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, man. Adam says, "Yeah, I was surrounded, mate, on my own. It's not a great feeling." Big up 7-inch destroyer, bro. Views and sport, big up Legend Jez. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Cheers, man. Thank you for that. Big up Mama. And did you ever wear Arsenal? No, never. Never. The only time I ever used to wear an Arsenal away back in those days was pretty much to Tottenham. Obviously, you want to show your face and show who you are. Man United, Newcastle, Leeds United did, but yeah, never. No, I only ever went to the old Den on 3 occasions. 2 of those games were Arsenal. One was not an Arsenal game. I was actually in digs in Peckham, and when I was an apprentice, and one of the guys staying in digs with me was a Millwall fan, and he said, "Oh, we've got a game. It's a cup game, League Cup, I think." He said, "Do you fancy going to the game tonight?" And I went, "Yeah, all right, yeah. No, why not? Got nothing else to do." And I went with him and that was my first ever time to Millwall, whoever it was, I can't remember now. That was my first ever experience at the old Den at Millwall down Cold Harbour Lane. I went twice after that during Arsenal's games. Yeah, so big up, Jez. Hope the holidays. Big up, Jack, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're getting better, man. And yeah, I mean, Millwall was a naughty place to go because it's a difficult walk. That's for sure. Big up, Tone. Thank you, mate. Happy birthday tomorrow. Yeah. And Tony will know all about the ICF, man. They were proper crew, man. Oh shit! Happy 26th birthday tomorrow. Just yeah. I wish I was, man. Yeah, I've been to Burnley Turf Moor loads of times, mate. Loads of times, and that's a funny place to go as well. Proper old quirky ground there. What do you think of the Birmingham Zulus? They were a crew in their day. Caused some naughtiness when we went to Birmingham. The Wolves lot as well. I can't think of their name right now. It's because of that lot I got thrown out of Molineux. Nothing to do with me. They were throwing darts over the fences towards the Arsenal fans, and one stuck in my jeans. I picked it out like that. Didn't hurt me. I picked it out, and the steward saw me and chucked me out. Thank you very much. Oh, I didn't do shit. Yeah, that wasn't good. But yeah, the Birmingham Zulus, man. Yeah, all getting there, mate, but not out of the woods, but much better. Good to hear that, bro. Good to hear that. Have you been to the No, I haven't, mate. No, I've never been there. Never been there. Still a lot of hooliganism in my country, Netherlands. Apparently, I've been told this. Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Actually, you say that. Back in 1995, I was in Amsterdam, and nothing to do with football. Nothing to do with football. And it was in the summertime, actually. There's four of us went into this bar in Amsterdam, and I think it was an Ajax pub, I think. And we were in there, and of course, we didn't think anything of it, really. Went up to the bar, get some drinks, and we were getting screwed out bad. And we weren't doing any shouting football or nothing. We were just there for a weekend. And yeah, I mean, they were really screwing us out. And it was not a good feeling because we were not looking for trouble at all. And I'm sure it was an Ajax pub. Sure it is. What do you think of the Chelsea headhunters? Nightmare. Nightmare back in the day, CFC. Absolute bloody nightmare they were. ICF loved Millwall, Tony. Yes. Yeah. ICF and the... they were originally called the Treatment, weren't they? That was their original name, wasn't it? The Treatment. And then they become the Bushwhackers. I think I'm right in saying that. I'm sure Jess is impressed by all the top gooners on the internet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They wouldn't have a clue, mate. Wouldn't have a clue. As I say, that video I watched yesterday of the fans getting back together. If I could know how to post the link, I'd post it on here. It's worth watching. It's proper old school. Nice bunch of blokes from back in the day, from the 70s, 80s. Having a get together to remember lost friends and pay tribute to the guy who was 21 who got stabbed by Tony, West Ham, at the Arsenal Supporters Club, just by the Arsenal Tube, back in the day. Big up Gavin, mate. Hope you're well. And yeah, so there it is. Mama says they're still around at Alexi FC. Thatcher did nothing. No, all Thatcher did was present the segregation, and then they took all the fences down after Hillsborough. So it does happen. It's all pretty much behind the scenes now. Mick says, Jez, do you think that there were fans from other clubs in England involved in the trouble at Heysel rather than at Liverpool? Now, that's interesting you say that, because apparently it's reported that certain other firms travelled to that. Leeds United were one of them, apparently. I've no evidence, I've no proof, but apparently there is reports that other firms did go. For example, the 94 Cup Winners' Cup in Copenhagen, Leeds United had some of their firm there to seek revenge on the fans from Parma. So there you go. Clubs come together, and it was all a bit weird, really, because when you think about it, right, on a Saturday one week you could have Liverpool Everton having a scrap, or Arsenal Tottenham having a scrap. And the following week or 2 weeks later, it could be an England game, and you've got all the same people that were scrapping against each other with their England flags, with the Arsenal badge or Tottenham badge or Leeds badge or whoever, and they'd all be supporting England. So it was all a load of nonsense, really, when you think about it. It was all about trying to get one over on the other. Yeah, get on the other team's home end and all that. Ego is the biggest prick. That's more like it, mate. Was there a lot of trouble at the old White Hart Lane? Yes, loads of it. Loads of it. And when Tottenham came to Highbury, it was that was always you have to be on your toes on that one. We used to be quite naughty back in the days. I've heard from the old Palace boys who are good blokes. Yeah, Palace had a firm. The treatment, wasn't it? They were called the treatment. That was the old Millwall. They also had another firm called the Halfway Liners, which was like a junior firm. So it was always a bit of a drama, as it was. Big up, Jack, says Mama Jack. Good evening, as well, says Tony. Tont, yeah. How you been, Tony? I haven't seen you for a while. UEFA 2000, Arsenal had it with Galatasaray, didn't they? Yeah. That was. I wasn't there. But yes, there was a lot of trouble at that game. The Galatasaray fans. Yeah, I wasn't. Thankfully, I wasn't there. Got any streams coming up, Jez, with Lee? Epic Jew, mate. I don't know. I'm not sure in the summertime, mate. We don't do the podcasts on a Monday, and that's predominantly the mainstream I do with Lee. On a Monday evening with Kenny, DJB, Matty, when Matty can join. So I don't know about that, and I think Lee's chilling out a little bit. I'm chilling out in readiness for the bullshit transfer window, and see what happens there. It's just nice to have a break, to be honest, and get out here. A bit of sunshine. Well, it's gone cloudy now, but it's supposed to be getting hotter and hotter. It was 28 today. Yeah, so there we go on that one. Krista says, do you think they should allow fans invade the pitch again, but have police on the pitch to make sure it doesn't get out of hand? Unfortunately, nowadays, you can't really stop it because there's not enough stewards to stop it. Police don't come in the ground, do they? Because otherwise the clubs have got to pay for it. So the police are outside. Obviously, it really, really, really gets kicking off, then the police will come in, of course. But you don't get, in my opinion, the same amount of police as you used to get at games, unless it's like a proper game, like North London derby type of situation, or it's West Ham, Millwall, of course. For that game they probably get the army out, to be honest. I heard the Subway Army walls were one of the hardest. Yeah, they were a nightmare. Yeah, that's why I got kicked out, for doing nothing wrong. It was them lot of throwing the darts. You know what I mean? Rose says, I'm in my early 20s, so I didn't experience total hooliganism like my old man was told me about. I do wonder, even though if it was the culture, do you look back and think it was wrong? I don't know. Yeah, it was wrong. Let's put it right. It was wrong. But you got caught up in it. It was a buzz, So you never wanted the away team to get one over you on the terraces. So it was a bit like that. It was pride. Let's put it down to that. It was pride. They'd try, their firm would try and take your home end, either the North Bank or the Clock End. And most of the Arsenal firms were in the Clock End. That's because of the way the away fans were. You had a certain section was in the North Bank, but even then, even if the away firm got in the North Bank, people would still stand the ground. There's no way they wouldn't want to get the home end taken. No chance. So there you go. Did you meet Kenny through the games at Highbury? No, not Highbury, mate. No. Leeds Southampton. I no experience of that one at all, I'm afraid to say to you. Leeds, excuse me, Leeds were a naughty lot, though. They were a naughty crew. I remember Claude and Ty. I've seen him. I never spoke to him. Never spoke to Claude. But sorry, I never spoke to Ty. Spoke to Claude loads of times. Very nice man. Very, very nice man. Andy Hart says, why? I never understood why they keep away fans in grounds shut. Get them out first. It's basically to get the home fans away. Then they can bring in transportation towards the ground. Because as you see nowadays, a lot of home fans leave 5-10 minutes before the end of a game for whatever reason. And of course, they can be hanging about, waiting to cause trouble. The police will move them on. And then once they're all out the ground, that's when they let out the away fans, get their transportation coaches or get escorted to the railway station, tube, whatever. That's what they do it for. There we are. There we go. That's what it's all about. I have heard before Portsmouth back in the day was pretty rough. Hooliganism gang-wise, yeah. The 657's crew were a pretty naughty bunch, man. Let me tell you that. They were. Thoughts on getting Sesco, Jez? No, thank you. Not for that money. Thank you very much. 93 million. I've heard busted about. Yeah, Claude was proper Arsenal, mate. Yeah, no, I'm not happy paying that money. I don't even want him, mate. I think we can do better. Big up, Jez. Happy birthday tomorrow, young man. Do you remember the urchins? Yes, I do. My dad was in the Chelsea Headhunters. He told me how White Hart Lane was the busiest. Well, it would be. Notorious, man. Big up, Chelsea. SW6, mate. Hope you're well. I haven't seen you for ages, man. It started with cheap train away travel personal tickets in the 70s. Arse you used to have a firm. Johnny Hoy, yeah. Weren't he your main face in the 70s? Denton, yeah, the Bear. In the 80s. That's very true. Well done, mate. Hope you're well. I see you were in the chat on Lee's show a couple of weeks ago. Proper Chelsea here, people. Proper Chelsea. Portsmouth 657, mate. They were a proper mob. Adam says, Eagler's doing a watch along for the final. We are not in. Smiling like a Cheshire cat. Well, yeah, he's not Arsenal, is he? He ain't fucking Arsenal, mate. I'll tell you, I actually posed this question in somebody's chat the other night. I said, when Arteta leaves, is he going to leave as well? Is he going to leave as a fan? I bloody hope so. I bloody hope so, because the guy's a clown. He don't know shit about the club, right? He talks absolute bollocks. Got no time for him, man. No time for him at all. Absolute waste of space. Yeah, he's an Arteta fan, mate. He's another Arteta sexual. So it is what it is. Yeah, waste of space talking to the man. Duncan, happy birthday, Jez. Big up to you, man. Any meetings with Scottish firms in the 80s? Crazy days. Rangers. We played a friendly, pre-season friendly against Rangers. And it was called the Battle of Highbury Bottles because they were throwing stuff everywhere outside Highbury. That was a lot of cars got damaged, a lot of house windows got broken. It was not good. Up the Gers, yeah, up the Gers, man. Rangers, mate, yeah, they came down and they caused a lot of trouble in around King's Cross area, all around there. Smashed pubs up. Yeah, proper naughty they were. Proper naughty. How's the late? Oh, right now, yeah. Update. Right, I now do have access to the dam. It was a two-prong thing. This one, right? He was told we need to have access to it for environmental reasons, which is the argument all the way along the road. The counter argument was that I put out. He uses a cart farm track which goes across the dam up past a field. Well, it's not a field, it's like a little wood, if you like, that actually I own. So I said, well, if you don't let us have it, then I'm just going to put a gate up and you can't use that track, which means he's going to have to travel a hell of a long way round to get to the main road, the D278, to get across to his other land. This guy's main crop is mustard seeds. Mustard. Because obviously Dijon, one of the biggest mustard producing towns in France. So that's how we came to a deal. He obviously wanted that, and I said no. So yeah, we resolved it today on that one, amicably, shook hands. And so now he's going to remove the gate so that we can get across to, if we ever need. I mean, the chances are we're never going to need to, but it's in case of an emergency or for other reasons. It was deemed quite rightly by the powers that be. We need access to that for environmental reasons. So yeah, it's all resolved, which is good. And he's gonna take the gate away. And he wasn't impressed by the fact that I said, well, if you don't allow us, then I'm going to put a gate up that you can't use that track, which I've never stopped him from using. I've never said anything. So there we are. All good. All good. Rotors switching up slightly as a so-called rival fan. What are your thoughts on Slot's job at Liverpool and the summer we're looking to have? We'd love your thoughts. Well, he's done well, hasn't he? Done well. You can't argue about it, man. Won you the Premier League in his first season. Wow. I wish we had a manager that could do that. Yes, I think he's doing all right. Onwards and upwards for the man, I think, next year. If you put the right, if Liverpool put the right investment in, you know, it's going to be a tricky season for the rest of us again. So, Mick says it was possible. So cheers. Didn't know the Leeds Palmer beef. Cheers. Yeah. Well, that was from the games that they'd played, and it also happened actually. I'm led to believe the following season, Leeds were playing Galatasaray. Two of their fans got stabbed up, and so they went over there. I think it was Paris. Had a big set to over there. I think I'm right in saying that. Gers and Chelsea have been close for a ongoing time. 8 Mags, big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. So do Celtic. Celtic. I've never met Celtic. I've only ever met Rangers. That's when we had this pre-season thing, man. The pre-season supposed friendly. It wasn't a friendly. Adam says it's Glasgow. I'm not surprised. 8. What's that? CFC at 8 if the Pope and the IRA. Yeah, not getting into that. 8 Mags a long time. Soz needs my specs. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Christopher says, would you rather Arsenal win the league but Spurs win UCL, or we don't win the league and they don't win UCL? Oh, man, come on. Come on. Spurs win the UCL? Dear God, no. 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 It's Arsenal wins the UCL. No. Can't be having that. No. Not in a million years. No. No, they've got one over us on this season, that's for sure. 7-inch destroyer at CFC Musty, that's right. Rangers firm is still close with the Ajax one. Are they? Okay. Adam says, I'm sure you know that we have some history with Rangers. Chris says, I think Slot could end up winning more than Klopp. Yeah, Klopp was a great manager. Great manager, but Slot, I think, he's got something different about him, if you want my honest opinion. Big up Shane, man. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing okay. Doing some great streams at the moment, my friend. You are doing some good stuff. 8 Mags, I'm a gunner. What? But do you like the girls being an Ulsterman? If you're asking me, I have no opinion on that, to be honest. I've no opinion. I don't watch Scottish football, so I'm unqualified to comment on that, to be fair. Hi, let's talk everything. Hi, Jez, could not bear seeing them win it. No, couldn't live with that. No. CRB says, you've seen the Liverpool ex-coaching guys going to City, proper stitching things up, unlike Arsenal. Well, yeah, Arsenal like to have open seams, don't we? Mohammed says, big up Jez. What do you think Egal's comment on Thierry's view on Arteta? Well, that just sums up what an idiot that man is. It just shows that he knows nothing about the club. He has no respect for ex-players, especially a legend that has a statue, right, outside the Emirates. Clown performance. Christopher Ryan says, who would you say is the best Arsenal player of all time? For me, Henry was fantastic. But for me, it's got to be the one and only Dennis Bergkamp. The man was a wizard. Unbelievable football. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, CFC, missed it. If Arsenal go to the UCL final next season, would you go? Yep. Also, do you think Lee Gunner would ever return to the Emirates? He might do, mate. He might do. I've no idea. I've never asked him. I've never. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. If we'd got to the final tomorrow, I was going to go from here to Munich, and I said I'll go, and if whatever it costs me to get a ticket, I'll get a ticket. I never went to the one where we got cheated by Barcelona because I couldn't get a ticket, so I never went. Kenny did. But I would have gone. I'd have gone tomorrow to that game. That is absolute fact. That is fact. I've answered that one. Big up Shane Gooner. Happy birthday, Jez. Big up, mate. Thank you. You're not getting older. You're getting newer. Thank you, mate. Yeah, he was just berating Henry about what Henry said about basically Arteta and the club. Adam said, we were saved by the women. I did spend money on some Arsenal women UCL merch. Don't blame me. Why not? Yeah, I did, mate. Sorry, I missed it. And I've just done it, mate. Mama says, have a fantastic birthday tomorrow, Jez. Much love to you and Bobs. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Yeah, we're going out for a lovely mid-afternoon lunch, which I'm really looking forward to. Very nice place we're going, indeed, in Bone. Good night, Mama. Hope you get better soon. I understand not well. Until Arteta goes, nothing changes. It's like he's the mafia boss or something. So very true, mate. Have you seen the Blue Smurf Egal video? Yes. What a prick. What an absolute knob. Why would you do that on YouTube, man? Seriously. Honestly, dear God Almighty. I haven't been fishing yet, mate. I haven't been yet. Next week, all being equal, because the local fishing club that leases it, at times I have to give them priority if they've got people on it, and then I can't just jump in. But next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all being equal, I will be on the bank, and it's fishing quite well at the moment. It's fishing quite well. Be some nice carp out this week. Mems Creamer, big up Jez, wasn't the biggest hooligans in England, West Ham versus Chelsea. It was, but also West Ham Millwall was always their neighbours. They've got history. So that was always a bad one. Anthony says that 2006 UCL final is the one that got away. Yeah, we were cheated, man. Blatantly fucking cheated. The referee afterwards, in a book he wrote, or whatever, he admitted he took a bung. He admitted it. Fucking admitted it. Cheating bastard. Yeah, Christopher, that 2006 final will hurt until we win that UCL. It just leaves a sour taste, doesn't it, man? What do I think of Sesko? Not good enough. Not good enough. Can do better. We always have to go for the We always have to go for the bridesmaid, don't we? We never go for the bride. We go for the bridesmaid. Yeah, there you go. I was supporting Spurs last season. Disgrace. You are not an Arsenal fan if you do that. You're not an Arsenal fan. I'll tell you what. If he was to admit doing that, right, back in the day, he would have been kicked the shit out of him. He would have had the shit kicked out of him. The Bushwhackers, yeah, the old Millwall crew. They're still about. Still about. Saw them not this Christmas, Christmas before. Loads of us met up and we went to Borough Market at London Bridge. And we were just having a walk around, having a go of bars and all that stuff. And some of them were walking around as well, some of their old firm. And they were following us. And they had some of their younger lot there who were spotting, as they used to do back in the day. And it was all getting a bit, silly, because they were following us from bar to bar, and there was talk and chat and singing as the day went on. The old chants were coming out, and it was all getting a bit. Yeah, we got thrown out of asked to leave, should I say, out of one place in Borough Market, because obviously the management didn't want us in there. So yeah, what's that bloody thing doing there? She's all got tits up in there. Right, there we go. What's your favourite Arsenal game ever, Jez? Oh, name a few. My first ever FA Cup final, 1971, when we did the double, is one. And the 89 game at Anfield when we won the league. Probably the ones that stick out of my mind. But then I could say my first ever game ever, 68, August 68, Leicester City at home, Arsenal. So, yeah, I was old then. I was 8 then. Ryan says, big up to I hope the meal with the dam owner and the local mayor went okay. Yeah, it wasn't a big meal. It was more of just a sort of simple chat it wasn't a big restaurant, it was a cafe and everything, and it was all right. It was good. It was worked out amicably. Let's put it that way. Mems Creamer says, Jez, why are some Arsenal fans getting hyped up and they're updating their YouTube titles stating Gyökeres has agreed terms and as a sign of 5-year deal when make sense it's not happened yet? I know, mate. I know. That's why I stay away from all of that bullshit. I've got until that bloke signs, I've got no interest in what the hell is going on. No, there's no point talking about it. Yeah, we can talk. We're probably talking about Draxler still. Julian Draxler. Come on, that went on for 5 years. Load of bullshit, wasn't it? Sesko looks like Bambi on ice. Well, we don't need him then. Big up, Oregon Dow. Oregon Goon, big up, man. Gifted 10, ask the history and more memberships. Big up to you, mate. You're a proper real one. You are a real one, man. You are a real one. Dow is coming over to the UK in August. And that'll be a great time. A great, great, great time. Oh, hang on. Read that out. Mohammed says, if Arteta has the self-respect and dignity in terms of not getting it over the line, he might as well leave the club, but he won't do as he's a narcissist earning that 15 million a year. Yeah, disgrace, man. Fucking disgrace. Benny the legend. Hooliganism has never really died. It's gone a bit more underground. Yeah, Rashia, you're right. It still happens. It's still around. The other week happened at where was it? Aldershot, wasn't it? Aldershot, when they got through their semi-final to get through to the FA Vars, is it? Something like that. Football ready. Hello, everyone. Big up to you, man. Hope you're well. Getting closer to 10k. Yeah, it's just over the 7 now, man. Just over 7k. Getting there. It's an uphill fight all the way, but it's fun. Jez, the new camera is great, much clearer. Yeah, it's actually a green screen, mate. It's actually a green. It's exactly the same setup I've dragged out here. It's still the iMac, but it's a green screen I've got now, which does make it clearer, to be fair. Mems Creamer, Jez, did you get mixed up with the Arsenal firm fighting Spurs fans down the Bill Nicholson pub back in the days? No, I didn't. I'm not saying I was not involved, but I didn't look for it. Let's just put it that way. Smash the lights from Fam, says Dow. Big up Dow, legend. I'd rather we don't get a striker than sign Sesko. Yeah, I don't need. We don't want him, man. Don't want all that shit. I believe Tony Adams is the greatest Arsenal player ever. He was the leader of the great Graham and Wenger teams. Doesn't get enough love from the fans. I would agree with you to a point. I would agree with you a point on that, Arjan. Yeah, but I'm talking about pure technicality. Was unbelievable, Dennis Bergkamp, in my opinion. Oregon Dow, facts, there's no use covering all the. No, there's no point, Dow. No point. I'll just wait until somebody's actually signed. If they're signed, then I'll talk about it. But I'm not going to sit here and waste my time and your time talking about a load of rumour. Christopher says he's a worse finisher than Havertz, I think you mean. Rob Yell, snap Jez, I don't believe it unless I see a player in the shirt. Big up, Jez. Big up to you, man. Thanks for joining. As always, you're a legend. Oregon Goon, Arsenal the history more and still need four Jez for the opening day. I'm not sure what you mean, mate. I'm not sure. 8 Mag says, Mr. Tabloid days. You knew little till you picked up the day's paper. Yeah, there you go. Fact. Absolute fact. Then you knew what was happening. Leo 101 says, Jez, what's your favourite goal and player of the Wenger era? Well, my favourite goal would have to be, well, I could go with Giroud's scorpion kick, or it has to be, of course, the Henry loop over. He literally loops over himself, over Barthez against Man United at Highbury. What a goal that was. What a goal. Unbelievable goal. To be honest. Yeah, that's for me. 7K. Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah. Seeing is believing, as Light Thief says. Argent, yeah, Tony Asm, yeah, he's a legend, man. He deserved that statue. That is a fact. No question about that, man. Would you say, Anthony says, would you say that hooliganism is a youth subculture of British culture? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you think about it over the years, you know, back in the 50s, you had the Teddy Boys and all that. And then early 60s through to about 65, you had the Mods and the Rockers. And then it went onto the terraces. It's it went that way. So yeah, it's always been around. I think it's because of the nature of the British people. Really, it's that die-hard spirit. That's how I see it, anyway. Mohammed says, as a Spurs fan, happy birthday to you, Jez. Real Arsenal fans like you deserve more when it comes to winning trophies. Wow, big up to you, Mohammed. Come from the Spurs. Big up to you, bro. Congratulations on what you achieved. Delusional Arsenal fans who are heterosexuals don't deserve it. No, they don't, mate. They're not real fans, man. They're not real fans. Big up Al Apam. Big up, man. Big up to you. No matter what ST we get, it will put Havertz at left back, left midfield. Yeah, Dale, you're right. What about Rocky Roadcastle for greatest Arsenal player? He was a great player, but wasn't here long enough to be the greatest, in my opinion. Anthony says, I think that Tony Adams was a lot better than what a lot of people say about him. No, he was a great player. No, it's gone, mate. The Compton, I think the Compton's gone now. Yeah, it's pretty much that's gone. I used to when I was going to Highbury. So much has changed around there now. A lot. You know, the Gunnersbury's gone. Used to be up on Gillespie Road. There's a lot of those sort of places have closed and gone now, mate. Unfortunately. Tickets. Oh, Dale's talking about he needs tickets for the games at the Emirates. Have you not got them yet, mate? Jez, if you get Sesko, he'll be another Hoyland. He'll be lucky to score 10 goals in his first season. There's better players out there. Burton needs to put on his big boy pants and sort it out. Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to come here and do it, man. Thought he was going to come and do it. But I'm not bloody convinced at the moment. I hope he's not going to be some little pussy that falls for this bullshit. Got to be very, very disappointed. I had a lot of faith in this man joining Arsenal, and I'm not seeing it yet. I could be wrong. I'm not going to put any opinion out there, gentlemen, just yet. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. 4 tickets for Down once for the Emirates. We don't need a project. We need the finished article. True, William. Very true, man. What's your worst game that you've watched live? Well, I can tell you one for certain was the game at Man United when we got done 8-2. That was a bad day out. Whatever. I mean, fuck me, fucking hell, man. Seriously. All the signing of new players was in the Match or Shoot magazines. Yeah, do you remember them? Yeah, Match and or Shoot. I used to get the Shoot. That was my favourite. That was my favourite one. What was your favourite game at the Emirates? Question. Probably at the Emirates. Got to be. It's got to be when we beat Spuds. I think it was 4-1. 1-0 down. We come back to 4-1, I think. Jez, what was your worst match you ever witnessed at the old Highbury? Oh, Christ. Quite too many, man. Jesus. Losing to Man United 3-1, and that was us out of winning. That was us winning. We would have won consecutive Premier Leagues. I think that's got to go down as one of them, I'm afraid. Al Apam, insane finish by Henry against United. Were you that day, Jez? Yes, mate, I was. Yep, I was right behind the goal. In the North Bank. Happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday, Dale. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much indeed. If you go to other countries, especially, it's thriving. Talking about trouble. Yeah, I know it's Germany and Holland still get a lot of trouble. Big up, Andre. Thank you, mate. Yeah, 64 tomorrow, man. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, guys. I'm going to wrap this up shortly, gentlemen. I'm going to get in trouble. Hooliganism is still, in Eastern Europe. Yeah, apparently so. Happy birthday. I hope you win the Carrier Bag Cup next season. Signs proper players. Otherwise, we're heading for a rice. Yeah, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. When was your last game at the Emirates? It was the last game of the 2016 season as a season ticket holder. I have been back on a few occasions, but the cost of tickets now and getting up there is just so much money now. No, it's not out yet, Dal. Don't come out till July. I think. No, it's not out yet, mate. When did you want Wenger sacked? For me, it was 2011 final. Yeah, pretty much. I agree with you. That Birmingham City League Cup final. Members, happy birthday. Hope you're having a peaceful day. I hope next season Arsenal win the Carrier Bag Cup. Forget the big ones, pal. You can't have a rinse and repeat next season. It's getting boring. We will. Don't you worry about that. We will. Yeah. Down 8-2. Ooh. That was a nightmare, man. That was a nightmare. There's a lot of trouble that day as well, actually. There's an account on Twitter, ABT90s Football, and yesterday I saw a video of Gaza wearing a wig when Ginola came to Everton. God, I missed the late 90s and early 2000s football. Proper football, mate. Proper football. Oregon really wants to watch this crap. Well, he's coming over from America, man. Fair play to him. It's a long trip for coming from Oregon. It's on the west coast of America. Why not? Might be the only chance he gets. Dow says, Aces, big up first off, second, that is fucking terrifying to say the least. Yeah. Derek Bergkamp testimonial, greatest game at the Emirates. Do you think so? Fair play. Adams, do you think 08 improved under Inzaghi or any new manager? I'm not so sure. I would agree with you on that, mate. Inzaghi is getting a tune out of Mkhitaryan. Yeah, there you go. Proper manager. We got rid of him a few years ago, 3 years ago, wasn't it? Was it 3 years ago, people? Big up, mate. Yeah, I didn't know you were 54. You've been too kind, mate. You've been too kind. I wish. Big up from a Dublin Gooner. Big up, Keith. Big up to you, man. And 64 tomorrow. Blimey. Whew. Yeah, scary, innit? Scary. 57 years I've been watching this pile of shit. And they haven't always been a pile of shit. Be fair. For me, I wanted Wenger sacked after 8-2. That was an embarrassment. Yeah, well, that was when the call started, mate. That's when the call, and the following home game, there was a lot of booing about that day. People were calling him out then, saying you got to go. You're dusted. Your time's done. And all that. Gaza was the English Maradona. Yes, I'll give you that. Yeah, great player, Gaza. What a ruin. What a shame. Ruined himself. A bit like George Best, really. Dow says, but hopefully we can change that. The 8-2 was worse than the 6-0. It was awful. Both of them were bad. Henri comeback, AFC North, Netherlands. Come on, scoring in the FA Cup. Yes, do you remember that against Leeds United? Do you remember it? 1-0. Whoa! That was it. That was a night and a half at the Emirates. That was. Aces, happy birthday, Godfather Jez. Thank you, people. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was amazing, man. Yeah, it was an amazing night. I was there for that. Fantastic. Leeds United. Anyway, I'm going to call it there. Just thought I'd do a little short show. Talk about some of the history of where this nonsensical violence started. And everything. So thanks one and all. As always, I'm going to get out of here and have a great weekend. Do what I'm going to do tomorrow and get fucking pissed. There we go. Scotland have a big connection with Arsenal. Yes. Yeah, because Rangers, yes, you are right, like Thief. Rangers still hold shares in Arsenal from back in the early 1900s. Yeah, well done, mate. I've forgotten about that. I've forgotten about it. 8 Mags, happy birthday, safe travels. Big up to you, man. Thank you. Admiral, enjoy your birthday, man. Yeah, I will. I'll be having a right laugh tomorrow. It's only me and the wife out here at the moment. Got some friends coming next week from old Arsenal buddy and his missus. he likes his fishing, so he's coming down as well. And we'll have a good old catch up on the old times and everything. In actual fact, that video I was talking about that was out, he's actually on it. I'm not going to mention his name because he might not like that, but yeah, hey, they were sold, were they? They were sold, Adam. Okay, I didn't know that. Apparently those shares were sold. Okay, fair enough. Big up, William. Thank you, mate. Thank you for that. Happy Thomas, happy birthday from Canada, Jez. Your channel showed up in my Rex a few days ago. Thanks for the great stories. Big up, man. I am actually before the start of the season, I'm changing the name of the channel because a lot of people say they find it difficult to find me on this name. So I'm changing it to Jez is Arsenal. Connor, young CMO Connor, who does all my graphic work, is doing it for me. And as soon as that is done, I will put a show out and you all know where it is. Christopher says, enjoy the meal tomorrow, mate. Yeah, I will. Thank you very much indeed. Rich 99 Arsenal, even Jez, hope France is good. Yeah, it's lovely, mate. Beautiful weather. It's cloudy now, but it's okay. I mean, it's what? It's 10 o'clock of the evening here now, and it's still really warm. It's probably still about 21. Really nice. So, yeah. Arsenal Arteta strike again. 3 seasons, no strike, and we signed potential. This is all for Arteta to name a new BS phase number. Yeah, fucking hell, man. Have you a bottle of champagne, mate? I won't have champagne, mate. I don't like champagne. I find the trouble with champagne, it goes straight to my head, and that's it. I'm done. Seriously, I'd rather just sit down, chill. We'll have a nice bottle of white and a nice bottle of red, and we'll just have a lovely chilled out French lunch. Go on for about 3 hours because that's how it works over here. And you know, we just have a nice chilled out afternoon, and then we can just have a little walk around, and then go back here and have some more. Rich 99 Arsenal. Rich, happy birthday, Jez. Big 50, buddy. I wish I was, man. I wish I was. And by the way, people, go and subscribe to this man's channel, Rich 99 Arsenal. Right, great channel. Just started out, great content. Go and support him, man. AFCNL. Oh no, loose cannon. I spoke to people, man, and people were saying no. So I went round the majority. It's Hotel de Jour tomorrow. It's a beautiful restaurant. We went there. Oh, crikey, what? 3 years ago. Hotel de Jour. I thought I might not be pronouncing it correctly, but it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. The wine list there, mate. Oh my days! I could sit there all day reading it. Beautiful. Rangers liquidation, was it? Okay, 2012. No, so they had to sell the shares. Okay, got you. Champagne just has a cool name. Yeah, I've never been in love with it, man. It just goes straight to my head. And yeah, it just ruins me, and I don't enjoy myself after that. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Catch you later. Take care. Have a great weekend, one and all. Enjoy the game tomorrow night if you're watching it. Shame we're not there, but hey, what do you know? Take care, people. Bless up and have a great day, great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care, all.